video is about finding the area of a parallelogram. And if you remember a little bit about a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel, and opposite sides are congruent, and opposite angles are congruent. And a rectangle is a type of parallelogram, as well as a square is a type of parallelogram. The reason I mention this is because you will see that parallelograms look like slanted rectangles, but the formula for finding the area is similar to a rectangle. The area is equal to base times the height, and of a rectangle area is equal to length times the width. So it's still two dimensions that you're multiplying together, but the base is just the base is just the part that's on the bottom. You can think base, bottom. And then the height is perpendicular to the base. Now, perpendicular is probably a new term for you. It means at a right angle. So if you look at this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units is the base. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units is the height. So the area of this is 42 square units. And if you were to count up all the squares in this grid, and even the partial ones, piece those together, you would get 42. So let's see what this looks like. Here's a couple of parallelograms. And with the parallelogram, first you want to look, and sometimes they may give you a side length. And what would the side length be used for? It would be used if you wanted to know the perimeter of this figure, and this would be 9. But if you wanted to know the area, you would say area equals base times height. So area equals 9 inches times the height is represented in here, perpendicular to the base, is 6. And so the area equals 54. And then you want to have your units, which are inches, and they are squared because it is area. So the answer is 54 inches squared. Now, if you were going to find the perimeter, you would do the same thing as you would for any other figure. You'd add up the sides, and that's where the 5 inches would come in. So this one, the area would equal base times height. The area would equal 18 times 6. And I don't know my 18s by memory, so I'd have to come over to the side and multiply it out. 108, and that's feet squared. So, and remember, this height is perpendicular at a right angle to the base. Then you're going to see these problems in, these types of problems in word problems. And it says a section of a stained glass window is shaped like a parallelogram. So we've got this stained glass window, it looks like a parallelogram. And you want to go ahead and draw it. And it says its base is 12 inches. And its area is 96 inches squared. How tall is it? So what I want to find out is how tall is it. So I would first fill in my formula. Area equals base times height. And what do I know? I know that the area is 96 and the base is 12, and I want to know the height. And so I have to ask myself, what times 12 equals 96? And that's going to be 8. Let's try that. 96. So the height is equal to 8, and it's just inches because this unit is squared. So it's 8 inches, so this height is 8 inches. So my drawing isn't very good to scale, but you can still get the idea. So this is the area, this is the base, and then the height would be 8 inches. So find the area of the shaded region in each figure. So the shaded region, I want to find the area of the whole thing, but then I have to take out the area of this figure because it isn't shaded. So the area of the parallelogram equals base times height. So area equals 15 times 8. Area equals, I gotta come over here, 15 times 8, 120 centimeters squared. Now I've got to take this out. Now this is a square, and one side is 6, and since it's a square, all sides are 6. The area of a square is side squared. So the area of the square is 6 times 6, so the area is 36 centimeters squared. So the way that I find out how much the shaded region is to take the 120 and subtract 36. So it's 84 centimeters squared. So the total minus this part is 84 centimeters squared. So here is your homework check. There's 3 questions. And the first one is you're given the base and the height, find the area. The second one is you're given the area and the base, find the height. And the third one is find the area of the shaded portion. So go ahead and pause your video and work your answers, do the work and show your answers, and you'll have a homework check on this tomorrow.